Hello everyone, I hope you're doing so well and welcome back. I am going to be wrapping up spring because it is May officially and things are starting to shift. We're in that transitional season between spring and summer. And so there's been a lot of rain, but there's been a lot of sunshine and a lot of warm temperatures. And so I am not going to be finishing my spring TBR, unfortunately, but I want to be finishing the most springy books I have. I have 3 books that I'm going to try to read in this video. I want to read When the Crow's Away by Orly Wallace. This is the second book in, I think it's, what is it called? Evenfall Witches B&B Mystery, which I love these little mass markets. I think they're so cute. I need to get the first one because I read the first one from my library, but I am just obsessed with this. And I found out that this one takes place in spring. And so I am very excited because I read the other one in fall and it was perfect. And so that is one book I want to read. Another one is Flower Heart. I don't know much about this. It just seems very springy, and so that is why I want to read it. And then I think the #1 book on anyone's like spring TBR is Anne of Green Gables, or any book that they can read during spring. And so I want to read the entire series, but I've never read it at all. And so I think I've said it before in like other videos that I got this copy because I thought it was just so stunning. And so we're going to open her up. I am so beyond excited for this. So like, let's see. Okay, you can see. That is so cute. I'm literally so obsessed with this. Like this, you are kidding me. I wish that they made all of them because I wish I could have a matching series, but I'm probably not gonna be able to. But they have like the pink sprayed edges and in the chapters, because like these are like it matches the like case. Like there's just illustrations throughout the book, but there's like also I think there's like different things on top of the chapters. Like this one has like flowers. I know there was one with a carrot, which I thought was really cute. And so I'm so excited to read this. I cannot wait. I don't know if I'm going to read this one first or which one I want to read first. Part of me wants to read Anne of Green Gables first because it just feels like the vibe, but I don't know. But either way, these are the books I want to read this week. In addition to things I want to do, I want to try to update my reading journal at least a little bit because I haven't done it in a while. So I want to do that. I want to finish wrapping up my April TBR on there, like what I've read in April, or I should say that the books I've read in April. And then I want to do a May spread. And then I think that's really all I want to do. I think I would like to make a little spread for like this vlog. I think would be really fun. But that's really all I need to do. In addition, I need to update my series tracker. I do need to update that because I know that I've caught up on some series, I think. Or at least I've started some new series. I need to do something with that page. I know that much for sure. And so that is my plan for this week. In addition to that, I do want to work on my sweater, which I think I've shown before. It's kind of like springy, summery themed. This is the back panel I have done for it. It's like the dragonfly sweater. I can put the link to the pattern in the description because I am obsessed with this. I think it's really pretty. And so I'm excited to, and I love this yarn. This is from Joann's, RIP. And I love the colors of this. And so when I saw the color and I saw this pattern, I just knew I had to do it together. And so I am very excited to finish my other panel and do the sleeves and everything. So you'll be with me for like the next week or so, really until I finish these books. And hopefully by May 15th, we can be done. So I will see you when I guess decide what book I want to read and how I want this to go. Hi. So I know I said I was going to let you know when I chose a book, and I didn't. And I finished Flower Heart, and everything about this book is literally a 5-star because it is so good. And when I say good, I mean so good. Like it literally has everything I want in a book. Like literally everything. I love when things have intended meaning, and the flowers in this book, they discuss every single meaning of the flowers, and I mean every single meaning of the flowers, okay? And it has romance, it has fantasy, it has struggles, it has trigger warnings on like the first-ish page, content warnings, and I felt every single one of them. And I relate so much to our main girl.
like so much, and I love her, and I love her man, and I love this book. I love the family. I love the relationships. I love everything about this book. I love how it progressed. I think that it's phenomenal. And so I feel like I'm about to be in a big book slump, which I need to push through. But I feel like I'm gonna be in one because this was just so good. And so if you take anything from this video, if you like fantasy, if you like romance, if you love nature, and if you have a good spirit, I would say, a good soul, I would recommend you read this. I wish I could have updated in the midst of reading this, but I've been kind of sick and I did not really want to update because I've had the worst migraine in a while. And so I've just been wanting to sleep and sleep and sleep. But I am just so happy. I love this book so much. Everything about it I just really love. And so I need to choose my next book, and I don't know what I want to read because I said When the Crow's Away and Anne of Green Gables, and I think I just want to read more fantasy. But I don't want to read When the Crow's Away because I'm not really in the mood for a mystery. I'm just in the mood for like a straight fantasy. But out of my two options I have for this video, I think I might go with Anne of Green Gables just because that sounds good. I do want to read When the Crow's Away. I might just keep both in my purse, and like whatever's like enticing me at the moment that I want to read, I will do so. I'll choose one of them. So it is currently like Saturday morning, very, very early morning, so much that it's just past Friday night. And I was hoping I made some tea, and someone is currently laying in my spot. But I have the chocolate eclair tea that was like, I got it from Barnes. It was like with Heartstopper season 2, I think. And they had some of it on half off, and I'm running low on this one, so I think I might grab it at some point soon before it's gone and that sale's over. But I'm still reading Anne of Green Gables. I'm at like chapter 4, I think it's like page 30 or so. And I was hoping to finish this technically today. Probably gonna have to be Sunday if I try to do that. But I'm just so excited to be in the world of Anne of Green Gables. I love Avonlea. I love everything to do with this book. I love Prince Edward Island. The descriptions, it's just all so beautiful. And so I'm very excited to continue to read this. Also, I don't have it on with me. It's over on my nightstand and I don't want to get up to grab it. But I just recently got One Golden Summer. It literally just came in the mail. And I don't know if I want to read it in this vlog because it is summer and this is meant to be spring. But I want to read that relatively soon. So if it's not in this vlog, it's going to be my very next one. But we'll see. But either way, just thinking of Prince Edward Island and the love for Anne of Green Gables from This Summer Will Be Different makes me think of that. But we'll see. It is currently Monday afternoon. I'm getting ready to go to work. But first, I have a couple things I did this weekend that I did not share, and I did today. I'm still reading Anne of Green Gables. Love her so much. I am currently, I think like at 150, and it's like 335 pages in this edition. So I went to my local Barnes to see what other books were there in this series, which it took me forever to find. I didn't realize in like the children's section, there was like a young readers classics section. I was so confused, but I was able to find it with the help of someone there, which was very sweet. I'm loving this. I'm loving Diana and Anne's friendship in the book. It makes me super happy. Don't think I said this in the vlog, but my best friend and I made plans for this upcoming weekend to watch the animated version of Anne of Green Gables together because she's my Anne, I'm her Diana. That's what we call each other. And so I'm very excited to, we're trying to read it together, kind of. I haven't checked in with her in a while, so I don't know if she is. But we talked about trying to finish it before Saturday. It is Friday, and I finished Anne of Green Gables, and it is taking everything in me to not go to the bookstore and grab Anne of Avonlea because this was so great. And I did not realize
how much content was in the first book. I didn't realize like how many years passed in this one. It was very pleasant. It took me a while to read this, obviously, but I very much enjoyed it. It was so good and refreshing, and the descriptions that Montgomery has of like nature and the seasons and just like her pensive thoughts like coming through Anne are just so well done. And so this book was just such a pleasure to read, and it's so cute. I love this edition so much. I'll start When the Crow's Away probably some point this weekend. I'm not too sure, maybe Monday, because I'm gonna have a little watch party of the animated version of Anne of Green Gables. So that is going to be my plans this weekend. I may or may not film some of that, but we'll go from there. Hi, so I don't remember the last time I talked to you. The last time I talked to you was when I finished Anne of Green Gables by Lucy Maud Montgomery, and right before my best friend came over to hang out with me and to watch the animated version that just recently got released last month, or is currently releasing still. And so we had a great time. We spent the day together, we did some errands together, and we just came home and played video games and watched stuff. She showed me Severance, and then we watched the first 2 episodes of Anne Shirley, which is the latest anime adaptation of Anne of Green Gables on Crunchyroll. I'm currently reading 2 books. I'm reading When the Crow's Away. I finally started it, and I'm about at like, not at the halfway point, I'm like at maybe like 40-ish%. I'm at like page 115. And I'm really enjoying this so far. It's about a chocolatier who is now dead. He is our murder victim, potentially, dead victim. Dead man who is now a ghost who is haunting Bryn, who is our main girl in this story. And they are trying to figure out how he died, if it was a murder, if it was just a coincidence, if it was just a random death in the middle of town at like 1 in the morning. So it's quite interesting seeing everything go on in this book. I don't want to say more than that, but I would say if you want to read this by itself, you definitely can. I think that it definitely does stand on its own outside of the first book. You definitely get a lot more context in the first book about Bryn and her aunts, because it's her and her 2 aunts that live together, and I believe their uncle, or her uncle, lives in the attic, which if you read the series, you know what that means, and like why that is. But this is very good. I'm very much enjoying it. I have not been in the mood for like mysteries and cozy mysteries and cozy fantasy the way that this is, and I've just, or like the way that like the genre typically is, but I've been just eating this up. I've been enjoying it so much, and I've been having a great time, and so I'm really excited to finish this. I love this cover. I love dog on the front here, and so I'm hoping I can finish this by tomorrow. I was hoping to finish it today. I just don't have time. Today is a local election for me. It's a primary, and I need to go vote. And so after this, I'm going to go head out and do that. I have some plants that I need to eventually move outside. I don't know when I'm going to. I had a frost advisory last night, and so I am waiting to move them out. I do need to move them into bigger containers though, because they are really starting to sprout, and they're starting to get a little too big for what they're in. And so I need to move them into something else, but it is recommended to not move them outside until Memorial Day is over. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm so excited to have my garden this year, because I've always wanted to start a garden on my own the past couple years that Joshua and I have been married, and I just haven't yet. So I think it's gonna be fun, even if things fail. I don't care. I'm excited to at least try and to hopefully do it, because I love working outside and working in a garden. So very excited. Anyways, other book I'm reading is The Princess Bride. I wasn't sure if I was going to include this in here, but I'm going to. I was hoping to have this, if not for spring, for summer, for like a vlog. And so it is going to be in this one, because I think this is going to be my last video that's going to be like spring themed. And so I really wanted to include this because I've just been itching and yearning to read this. And I am also reading this at the same time. And I think I'm at like page like 68, 69. And I think this book is so silly. I'm going to be so honest. Like the Goldman is just so silly with this book, but I honestly am eating it up. Like it is so funny in just like the silliest way, goofiest way possible when it comes to the romance and the events that are happening. And I think I know how this ends because I saw a video on TikTok that spoiled the movie for me. And I would assume that the book ends the same way. And so, which I feel a weird saying spoiler because this is such like an older book. Like it's 50 years old and the movie's like 40 years old. But nonetheless, I am so excited to read this and to continue reading this. But my thoughts are just, I'm just having a great time, honestly. The vibes are great. The books are great. Not much of a message at the moment that is like an overarching theme that is like, you know, super reflective, at least at the moment. But either way, I think it's a fun time, and that's really what matters to me at the moment. So I finished When the Crow's Away, and this was so good. And I'm so sad. I'm really hoping something happens with the reprint that is currently happening with these books. I'm hoping that a new one comes out because I'm so obsessed. This was so good. I loved the first book of this. I just adore the second one. It is so great. I think I'd probably rate this like a 4 to 4.5. Like I just had such a fun time reading this, and I listened to the audiobook a little bit. It's on Spotify Premium if you have that. And the narrator, her voice is so pretty and it is just so fitting for Bryn. I really had a great time with this. It's just so whimsy and so silly, but it just works. Wallace just commits to the bit and it's great. And I don't really have anything else other than that to say, other than I finished it and it's just so great. And so it's been really rainy the past couple days and it's been great reading weather, but I've also been really exhausted. So that's not been helpful. But I'm hoping, I'm still in The Princess Bride. I think I'm at like page 100. So I think there's like a 300 to 400 pages in that book. So I'm hoping to finish that probably by Saturday. So we are at the end of today's video. I have finished The Princess Bride. I'm still reading Buttercup's Baby, but I'm like really close to being done. Like I have like 40 pages left of that. And so I'm not really too worried about finishing that for this, if you don't mind. And so I honestly really enjoy this. It took me a long time to get through, a lot longer than I was expecting, but I really enjoyed it nonetheless. I think that I probably would rate this like anywhere from a 4 to 4.5. There were just some things that were just a little too silly for me. Like I enjoyed the silliness and the satire and all of that Goldman provides with The Princess Bride. And I love reading Buttercup's Baby as well. I'm going to finish that tonight. But I don't know, it just took me so long to get through. And I read this before the movie, which was like what I wanted to do, which I typically do with books. But I was looking on Reddit and I was seeing some people say that it's good to watch the movie then read the book. And so I'm gonna watch it like probably sometime soon this weekend, I think. But I think that after I finish watching it, not right away, but like whenever I'm in the mood to read this again, I'm probably going to watch the movie then read this and see if that's a better experience, because I really did enjoy this. I thought it was really fun, and obviously the book was written first, why it was prompted to be a movie. I want to experience that way too, I think, in terms of watching then reading it. So that was really all my thoughts. I think I shared everything I had to say when it comes to When the Crow's Away and Anne of Green Gables. I really enjoyed those two books, and it is almost June. June's gonna be here on Sunday, and it's been a long time filming this vlog. It's taken a long time for me. I'm very sorry it's taken me so long to film this. This is like, I think like 2 weeks worth of reading like physical books. But I don't know, I've just been really struggling, I guess, with the springtime. It's been like very spring weather, which we haven't had for spring in a really long time, where it's like continuously going like 45 to 60. And so it's been kind of nice. Like I'm able to wear this today with just like a tank top, but I'm gonna be wearing a sweater because it's going to get cold tonight. But I've had a lot of fun with the past 2 weeks of reading these books, even though it's taken me longer than it normally does. I think I've just been able to like absorb the books over like a long periods of time, and that's been really nice. And so thank you for watching. I hope you guys had a great time as much as I did. So I hope you have a great day, a great life, and I'll see you next time. Bye.